Okay, today we are going to talk about adverb clauses and Aaawwubbis, which is actually an acronym that we're going to learn about. So, Aaawwubbis is an acronym, and there's actually a number of sentences here that are going to show you some sentences and quotes from actually books that we've read or that you will read that contain some adverb clauses and some Aaawwubbis words, even though we don't know what those are yet. So first we have this quote from Tears of a Tiger. "Before you did anything to harm yourself, you'd call me. Could you promise that?" The second one says, "When she settled in with us and life resumed its daily pace, Aunt Alexandra seemed as if she had always lived with us." And that's from To Kill a Mockingbird. Then we have, "Before the others could examine the drop of blood, Jack had swerved off, judging a tracing, touching a bough that gave." And that's from Lord of the Flies. And lastly, "While we admired, he brought more in, the soft, rich heap mounted higher. Shirts with stripes and scrolls and plaids and coral and apple, green and lavender and faint orange with monograms of Indian blue." Now you'll notice on these slides here that I have some words highlighted. In this one, it's the word while. In the Lord of the Flies quote, it's the word before. In To Kill a Mockingbird, it's the word when. And in Tears of a Tiger, it's again the word before. And we're going to get to that later, why I have those words highlighted. For now, I want to put first things first. Before we learn about adverb clauses, we need to remind ourselves what an adverb is. And there's really no better way to do that than our friends at Schoolhouse Rock.
Got some adverbs here. Come on down to Lolly's, get the adverbs here. You're going to need if you write or read or even think about it. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Got a lot of lolly jolly adverbs here. Anything you need and we can make it absolutely clear. An adverb is a word.
That's all it is, and there's a lot of them.
That modifies a verb.
Sometimes a verb, sometimes
it modifies an adjective or else another adverb. And so you see that is positively very, very necessary. Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Father, son, and lolly selling adverbs here. Got a lot of adverbs and we make it clear. So come to Lolly.
Hello, folks. This is Lolly Sr. saying we have every adverb in the book, so come on down and look.
Hello, folks. Lolly Jr. here. Suppose your house needs painting. How are you going to paint it? That's where the adverb comes in. We can also give you a special intensifier so you can paint it very neatly or rather sloppily.
Oh, hi. Suppose you're going nut gathering. Your buddy wants to know where and when. Use an adverb and tell him.
Get your adverb, use it with an adjective that says much more. Anything described can be described some more. Anything you'd ever need is in the store. And so you choose very carefully every word you use. Use it with a verb, it tells us how you did. Where it happened, where you're going, where you've been. Use it with another adverb, that's the end, and even more. How, where, or when, condition or reason, these questions are answered when you use an adverb.
Come and get it.
Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Quickly, 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 get those adverbs here. Slowly, surely, really learn your adverbs here. You're going to need them if you read them, if you write them, talk and think about them, Lolly.
If it's an adverb, we have it at Lolly's. Bring on your old adjectives, too, like slow, soft, and sure. We'll fit them out with our LY attachment and make perfectly good adverbs out of them.
Get your adverbs here.
That's the good tricks of Lolly's, so come on down.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
Adverbs deal with manner, place, time,
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
condition, reason,
Father, son, and lolly.
comparison, contrast,
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
enrich your language with adverbs.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
Besides, they're absolutely free.
Lolly, lolly, lolly.
That's just service.
Indubitably.
Okay, so hopefully that helped us remember what an adverb is. And now we're just going to remind ourselves a little bit more that adverbs can modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. We have, in this first example, the sentence says she swam beautifully. In this sentence, the adverb is beautifully, and it does modify a verb. It answers the question, how did she swim? In the second example, her friend is pathetically shy. Pathetically is our adverb, and it modifies an adjective. It answers the question, how shy was she? In our third example, he moved quite slowly down the aisle. That modifies another adverb. Quite modifies slowly, and it answers the question, how slowly did he move? Now we need to ask ourselves, what is an adverb clause? And an adverb clause is a group of words that, tied together, acts as an adverb modifying either a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Adverb clauses contain a subject and a verb, and they contain a subordinate conjunction. It answers the question why, how, or when. And then we also want to remind ourselves, what is this subordinate conjunction business? And let's check that out. So this is where this acronym Aaawwubbis comes in. And Aaawwubbis stands for as, after, although, when, while, until, because, before, if, and since. So all of these words are subordinate conjunctions, and they provide a necessary transition between ideas in a sentence. So they indicate a shift in time, place, or effect. So let's see some of these in action. So here are some adverb clauses. A sentence might say, I danced all night until my feet ached. Until my feet ached has that Aaawwubbis word until, and so our adverb clause would be what's in pink there, until my feet ached. We know that's our adverb clause because it answers the question, how? How did I dance? Until my feet ached. So all of those words, until my feet ached, together are modifying dance. They're describing dance. And so here we have that adverb modifying that verb. In our second example, while I was at the concert, Justin Timberlake asked me to marry him. I wish. While I was at the concert is our adverb clause, and that is modifying the marrying or the asking. Okay, so it's saying while I was at the concert starts with that Aaawwubbis word while, and it's answering the question, when did JT ask me to marry him? While I was at the concert. Okay, so there's two rules that go along with Aaawwubbis sentences. And that first rule says if an Aaawwubbis sentence has the subordinating conjunction, that Aaawwubbis word, at the beginning of a sentence, then a comma needs to come after that clause. So in the example, if she knew what was good for her, Jessica Biel would leave peacefully before Justin leaves her for me. We have if she knew what was good for her as our adverb clause. It starts with that Aaawwubbis word, that subordinate conjunction if, and then after our clause, if she knew what was good for her, since that Aaawwubbis word comes at the beginning of the sentence, we need a comma after that clause, and you see that comma between her and Jessica. In our second example, we flip the sentence, and our second rule is that if the adverb clause comes at the end of the sentence with the subordinating conjunction Aaawwubbis word in the middle, then no comma is needed. So what I did was just flipped the sentence. Now it says Jessica Biel would leave peacefully before Justin leaves her for me if she knew what was good for her. So I moved that adverb clause, if she knew what was good for her, from the beginning of the sentence to the end, and that means that our Aaawwubbis word if is in the middle of the sentence. Therefore, we do not need a comma. Okay, first sentence, if's at the beginning, we need a comma after the clause. Second sentence, if is towards the end of the sentence, we do not need a comma. Okay, so now I want you to try it. On a Post-it or an index card or a half sheet of paper, I want you to write 3 sentences. In your first sentence, you're going to write a sentence with the Aaawwubbis word at the beginning, telling why you like your favorite band, movie, or TV show. So you might say something like, because he embodies all that is attractive, comma, I love Justin Timberlake. And then for your second sentence, you're going to write a sentence with the Aaawwubbis word at the end, telling one of your pet peeves. And for the third sentence, Aaawwubbis word back at the beginning, talking about your celebrity crush. Hopefully, we'll be able to write some good, complex sentences with some adverb clauses using our Aaawwubbis words. Thanks!